As a kid, I loved playing with slot cars, little electrically powered machines with the power to weight ratio to slingshot themselves around the track. Truth be known, I still like slot cars. This is my current favourite, but it's at risk of being knocked off by this 1:1 scale model that you see next to me, the Abarth 500e. Its makers say its all-new electronic architecture improves things like weight distribution and handling dynamics and torque delivery. The question is, can an Abarth EV maintain the undoubted charisma of its internal combustion counterparts? Well, we've been invited to Abarth's home in Italy to try and find out. The Abarth 500e is due to arrive in Australian showrooms later this year, with pricing yet to be confirmed. But we do know it will be coming in a single premium spec called Turismo. In terms of price, we do know also that it's been set in the UK, the world's biggest right-hand drive market. And after doing some like-for-like comparisons of other combustion-powered models, we think it's going to be about $65,000 before on-road costs.
For that money, you can expect climate control, a 10.25-inch multimedia touchscreen, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, a 7-inch digital driver's display, keyless entry and start, 7-speaker JBL premium audio, wireless charging, Alcantara on the seats, dash and doors, a leather and Alcantara wrapped steering wheel, and alloy pedal covers. There's also sat-nav, LED headlights, 18-inch alloy wheels, a reversing camera with 360-degree view, and a panoramic glass sunroof. There's nothing quite like this 3-door EV hot hatch in the Australian market. But if we're close on pricing, the top-spec Mini Yours Mini Cooper Electric will be a rival, as will the 5-door Cooper Born and base Tesla Model 3. To launch the new car, Abarth is building 1,949 examples of the 500e Scorpionissima, the total referencing Carlo Abarth founding the company in 1949, with 219 coming to Australia.
The Abarth 500e isn't a major departure from the Fiat 500-based models we've known for close to a decade. Although it would dwarf the tiny 500 and 750-based cars that Carlo Abarth was tuning in the 60s and 70s, it is still a small car by current standards.
Yet the car's performance intent is clear, with a deep front bumper including a splitter-type insert underneath the honeycomb grille. Big 18-inch rims dial up the sporty character, while side skirts, a diffuser under the rear bumper, and a large roof spoiler enhance the micro macho look.
New standout colours are acid green and poison blue. Joining red, white and black, you're certainly not going to miss this car in the car park. And the Abarth Scorpion logo has been electrified for this new generation model.
Speaking of which, the cabin exudes a suitably racy cockpit vibe, with high-back Alcantara trimmed sports front seats, a flat-bottom Alcantara and leather-trimmed steering wheel, and contrast colours applied to accents and stitching on the upholstery. The Alcantara extends to the dash and doors too, enhancing the snug, focused feel. There's even a set of ancillary instruments available in the performance pages on the 10.25-inch central media screen, covering power, battery status, temperature and voltage of the 12-volt battery.
Worth pointing out, this is a 4-seater only, and despite a longer wheelbase and broader track, it's still a decidedly compact hatch.
And storage is relatively modest, comprising a tray between the front seats, another storage box/armrest above that, a small glove box, and bins in the doors with just enough room for a decent-sized bottle. Move to the back and no surprise, it's tight. A 2+2 for sure and effectively a kids-only zone. And even then, those in front will need to give ground to free up some legroom. For connectivity, there are USB-A and USB-C ports for power and media, plus a 12-volt socket in the centre storage tray and another in the boot. Continuing the limited space theme, the boot is tiny, with enough room for a few soft bags, although the rear seat split folds 50-50 to open up substantially more room. Given the front-engine front-wheel drive configuration, it's no surprise there's no frunk. The Abarth 500e is a no-tow zone, and don't bother looking for a spare of any description. Your only option is a repair inflator kit.
Powering this little rocket ship is a single traction electric motor, sending drive to the front wheels through a single ratio reduction gear automatic transmission.
It's fed by a 42 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery. The setup running on a 400-volt electric architecture. That 42 kilowatt-hour battery is connected to an 85 kilowatt DC charging system, with Abarth claiming it makes 40 kilometres of range available after 5 minutes and 80% of range in 35 minutes. The charging port is a CCS Type 2 combo, and the AC maximum is 11 kilowatts, taking 4 hours for a full charge. Maximum range is 265 kilometres, and energy consumption on the WLTP cycle is 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. Our relatively brief steer didn't allow for a meaningful test figure. That will have to wait for evaluation on local soil.
Claimed 0 to 100 km/h time for the Abarth 500e is 7 seconds, which is pretty quick. In fact, in various performance criteria, it's quicker than the 695 combustion-powered model. And traditionalists can tune a sound generator to what Abarth calls the unmistakable Abarth roar, faithfully reproducing the sound of an Abarth petrol engine. Thing being that the sound generator makes all the difference. Driving this car without it on, it's just like driving any other EV. With it on, you find yourself enjoying the drive that bit more. But I just don't know whether I'm in love with something that's not real. I really don't know what to think about it.
There are 3 drive modes. Turismo lowers outputs to 100 kilowatts and 220 newton meters for smooth acceleration and improved efficiency. Scorpion Street combines maximum performance with full single-pedal regen braking. And as the name implies, Scorpion Track is maximum attack mode with minimal driver aids operating. Suspension is by struts at the front and torsion beam at the rear. I've been really surprised about how well this car rides. There's a specific damper tune for the Abarth 500e compared to the Fiat 500e. We've been driving over some pretty ordinary B-road surfaces and it feels extremely comfortable. I think they've done a very good job in tuning this suspension. Weight distribution is 57% front, 43% rear. And you've got a battery pack weighing the best part of 300 kilograms sitting under the car. So there's a low centre of gravity, it feels balanced and it feels planted in corners. The steering even has a pretty good road feel coming back up to your hands. Although it's small, it's worth remembering that this car weighs close to 1.4 tonnes. So you want the braking to be up to scratch. And it is. There are, pretty decent discs all around. The mechanical brakes though, when you do initially apply them, they tend to bite a bit initially. It's no real big deal. The regenerative braking, depending on the mode you're in, will start to get towards single pedal, where all you need to do is ease off the accelerator and the car will start to slow and actually come to a halt. The Fiat 500e this Abarth is based on scored 4 from a maximum 5 stars when it was assessed by Euro NCAP in 2021, thanks in part to relatively low scores in the vulnerable road user and safety assist categories. That said, it performed well in adult and child occupant protection, and active crash avoidance tech includes AEB, operational from 5 km an hour, a 360-degree overhead view, intelligent speed assist, blind spot monitoring, auto rain sensing wipers, lane keeping assist and auto high-low beam LED headlights. For all the details, check out my written review on the CarsGuide site. If a crash is unavoidable, there are 6 airbags on board, although a front centre bag is missing in action. There's a back-to-base emergency call function triggered by airbag deployment, as well as top tethers and ISOFIX anchors for child seats in the 2 rear positions. The Abarth 500e will be covered by Fiat Australia's 3-year 150,000 kilometre warranty, which is well off the market standard of 5 years unlimited kilometres. Separate warranty cover for the battery is yet to be confirmed, but expect it to match the industry standard of around 8 years, 160,000 kilometres. Although service intervals are yet to be confirmed, in Europe they're set at 12 months, 15,000 kilometres, which is short for an electric vehicle, and will have to stand by until closer to launch for service costs.
Just like your favourite slot car, the Abarth 500e is a lot of fun. Compact and quick, it's light on practicality but big on dynamic performance. It's a fair chunk of change, the safety could be better, the warranty's off the pace, and I'm not convinced by the sound generator. But does it actually retain that Abarth charisma? I think it's chock full of it. Forza, CarsGuide.